put them together, keep them tight?
Not really. I'd like to separate there. Their kid threw a heck of a game, as well as Maddie. Maddie threw a great game, but their kid dominated us there for a couple innings and had good stuff and reaching up and getting some 94s and some 95s, and we didn't make a very good adjustment at times, and he was tough.
What were you seeing from him with his off-speed stuff as well?
Well, when he commanded that breaking ball, then obviously it made that fastball look a little better too. But he was getting us out with the fastball enough that he didn't have to rely on it too much. So, kind of got ourselves in a situation there where we got him deep into some counts and later in the game, and thought we were getting better swings at him. But he like I said, he dominates with the fastball on both sides of the plate. And when you can do that, no sense worrying about your second pitch until something happens. So it was a good game, man. I mean, I think the biggest part of the game was us keeping them from scoring when they had a runner at third base there early, and keep them from getting any momentum. I thought in the first inning, we had a chance to do something, and guy swings a 1-0 fastball and ground ball double play, doesn't get a good swing at the ball, and that frustrated us a little bit. And that got, their kid just kept getting more momentum and momentum. The more he threw, the better he felt.
How big was that? I believe it was the third or fourth inning when they had the bases or runners on first and third with nobody out. You get to strike them out, throw them out, double play.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. They didn't score in that inning. First and third, nobody out, and Jake came up with a big throw there, and of course we kept them from scoring. Like I said, I think when you're not scoring a lot of runs, like either one of us were, you're kind of looking to get going a little bit, and they only had one last night, so I feel like that kept them from getting some momentum forward.
And what can you say about the performance of Boyd out there? Not only that inning, but later in the game, he had had a guy in runner in scoring position again, and he was just fabulous all night.
He was just good. He mixed his pitches. He threw on both sides of the plate. We didn't want to go up over 100 pitches with him, but he was doing it so easy. And the one kid he walked, we pitched around him. We chose to pitch around him, and so he did it pretty easy. So it worked out good for us. Obviously, we'd have liked to have separated a little bit earlier and maybe got to our pin a little sooner, but we couldn't afford to do that.
And he did a tremendous job for you. He told me he tried to lobby before the inning to stay out there and get the whole thing.
He always does. He wants to pitch all the time. He'll want to pitch tomorrow too. That's the problem, see.
And how important is that for you to get that performance out of him, having played 4 games this past weekend and then coming in here playing 4 games again?
Well, it's important. You're going to play 8 games in your first 9 days, so. The thing about it is he'll be pushed now to Saturday, so we'll get an extra day's rest next weekend. So that'll be good, and I think that'll help him out. That was also part of our decision too. So we'll get an extra day's rest. We haven't had to use Wetzler, who's coming back. We haven't had to use Starr, who's coming back, and so if we can hold serve there with our starters for a while, we'll be okay.
And you guys are off to a great start, 6-0, all on the road down here in Southern California, and you're doing it, like you said, without some key guys that are injured right now. What's been the key for you guys just to put together this little bit of a run?
The pitching's been outstanding, but we've defended awful well. I mean, we've made some big plays. We're not swinging the bat as well as I think we'll swing it. Ryan Barnes is a kid that broke his hand a couple of weeks ago. He's one of our better players, and he can play in the outfield, he can play first, he can play second. So that's one of our keys offensively. But we're not swinging it as well as we can now. The pitching's been awful good. The 2 guys tonight and the kid last night, they're going to win a lot of games.